Russia has unleashed ballistic missiles with a secret decoy capability on Ukraine, and weapons experts say they have not seen these mystery missiles used before. Here's how they work. Iskander-M short-range ballistic missiles fired into Ukraine from Russia have been found to contain decoys that trick air defense radars and heat-sinking missiles, according to the drive. One 9M723 missile can be loaded with at least 6 of what the Collective Awareness to Unexploded Ordnance group has identified as Russian 9B899 submunition. These decoys are released during the terminal phase of the missile's flight, according to Michael Duitsman of the James Martin Center for Nonproliferation Studies, likely in response to the primary 9M723 missile being illuminated by air defense radars, according to the drive. The decoys themselves seem to contain a jammer that can disrupt radar frequency emitters and a heat source to mislead infrared-guided missiles. And the New York Times explains that their use could partly explain Ukrainian air defense weapons' difficulty in intercepting Russia's Iskander missiles. This last point is at least partially contested, however, as the drive explains that stopping ballistic missiles is always challenging, regardless of decoys, and that Ukraine also only has one surface-to-air missile system capable of doing so. With only a handful of these systems available to them when the war began, there is a question as to how much of an advantage the decoy system, more often found on longer-range missiles, gives Russia. Of course, either way, the system represents yet another horrific demonstration of the kind of high-powered weaponry Russia is willing to use on civilians in Ukraine. 2 weeks ago, Ukraine's ambassador to the U.S. said Russia had started using thermobaric weapons to bomb Ukrainian cities, according to The Guardian. The blast waves from these weapons can last for significantly longer than a conventional explosive and are capable of vaporizing human bodies. In response to such powerful weaponry, Ukraine has had to resort to more creative tactics. A recent drone video posted by WarLeaks, for instance, shows a Russian armored convoy being ambushed north of Skimen in Ukraine. Here, a Ukrainian infantry team constructed a concealed firing position that managed to keep them hidden from Russian tanks passing only 30 meters away. Without warning, the Ukrainian team fired multiple anti-tank missiles at the closest Russian vehicles. An NLAW missile can be seen streaking over one tank, detonating above it. The explosion then punched through the tank's thin roof armor and started a fire in the tank. Within seconds, the tank's crew can be seen exiting the tank and running in all directions. Behind the burning tank, Russian infantry exited their APCs, also running for cover while the ambush team sprayed automatic fire at them from close range. The APCs then took evasive action to escape from the kill zone. Behind them, 2 Russian tanks fired toward the main ambush position, hitting the area with high explosives before another anti-tank rocket hit one of the tanks, seemingly with little effect. Attempts have also been made to blunt Russia's large tank force via small groups of Ukrainian troops using advanced anti-tank missiles like the Javelin and NLAW. These small infantry units have attempted to stop large armored divisions by trapping them in long static convoys, where Ukrainian drones could bomb them from the air. And of course, the US and NATO are attempting to bolster these efforts from the outside. The US recently committed to sending a large number of Stinger missiles into Ukraine, designed to destroy Russian fighter jets and helicopters. The Stinger system can be carried by one person and is fired from the shoulder. The operator aims the launcher at the target until the missile's infrared seeker locks on to the heat of the target aircraft's engine exhaust. When the seeker locks on, it makes a buzzing noise. The operator then pulls the trigger, causing a small launch rocket to shoot the missile out of the tube. This launch rocket then drops away, and the missile's folded steering fins pop out. The main rocket ignites, propelling the Stinger to approximately 2,500 km per hour, or Mach 2. The missile uses its steering fins to steer itself to the target automatically. When it gets close to the aircraft, its warhead detonates, destroying vital systems with blast effect and fragmentation. The Times of London reports that the Ukrainian military claims to have sunk the same Russian warship that attacked Ukraine's Snake Island at the beginning of the invasion. Snake Island became world famous when a social media post claimed that its Ukrainian defenders told the attacking warship to go F itself before they were killed. The Times says the Ukrainian Navy laid a trap for the ship by setting up a Grad rocket launcher and hiding it under camouflage netting. Small boats were then used to lure the warship to a pre-targeted position. When the ship got close to the position, which was in the middle of the Grad's kill zone, the Grad opened up, sending dozens of rockets tipped with powerful warheads screaming out over the ocean. The Ukrainian military says at least one of the rockets hit the ship, causing a fire that later sunk the ship. The news comes days after Ukraine sank its own flagship, a large frigate that was under repairs when the invasion started. The ship was scuttled to make sure the Russians couldn't capture and use it.
For more news animations and explainers, hit the subscribe and bell button to join the TomoNews family. Thanks for watching.